Welcome to this Stay With Yourself meditation for releasing attachment. This is a meditation that I like to do regularly whenever I feel that I am attached to certain outcomes, people, circumstances, emotions, ways of being, and it's causing me stress and anxiety and pain and all of that suffering that comes with not having control over life, really, over control over anything that's not actually me. I also do this meditation when I'm feeling that other people have, like, that I've taken on other people's energies and attachments, sort of like feeling them kind of hooked into me and pulling me in all these directions, whether or not people or circumstances are actually pulling on me, or whether I perceive that they're pulling on me because of my own self-doubt or guilt or questioning, or just conditioned responses to things, or so on and so forth. The number of reasons why we are attached to things, the number of reasons why we feel sort of pulled in so many directions by so many things, is as unique as each of us. The way that we were raised, the way that we've learned to navigate life, the way that we've learned to survive. We often get hooked into other people's energies and carry those energies with us, or we spread our energies out and we go kind of attaching it to all these other things, and we feel pulled apart because of that. And a lot of times we do that because that's what we were taught to do. That's how we learned to survive. We wanted connection, and we wanted belonging, and we wanted all those things, and so we learned to survive in these ways that helped us gain some of that sense of connection and belonging. But it also sort of caused us to break apart who we are in a lot of ways, and get spread out and pulled apart. So this meditation is meant to sort of help us really come back to ourselves, to notice what it is, to sort of even pinpoint some of these things that are pulling on us, and give us some action tools, some actual visualization, and some energetic choice in whether or not those things pull at us, that we get to actively release our attachments. And then the meditation ends just really beautifully with a large sense of freedom and lightness and joy. So I really enjoy this meditation, and I appreciate you being here meditating with me today. Feel free to do this meditation in whatever way is comfortable for you. If you want to sit how I'm sitting on the floor, cross-legged, if you want to sit on a chair with your feet firmly planted on the floor, if you want to lie on your back, that's perfectly great too. Just set yourself up with pillows and props and whatever you need. Meditation for me is not meant to be this place of discomfort where I'm just, if you're uncomfortable in your body, you can shift, you can move. My feet go numb a lot, so I end up having to switch my position. So just make yourself comfortable. If you need to pause this video in order to get yourself where you want to be and get yourself in a position of comfort, then I encourage you to do so. Let's start by just closing our eyes. And taking a few moments to just be here in this space. Feel the edges of your body. Feel yourself breathing in and out. Notice your natural breath. And see if you can deepen your breath. You can imagine it's like a long wave, just in and out, flowing real gentle and easy. Do a scan of your body from head to foot, just real slow, relaxing, almost like a relaxing wave just sort of melting over the top of your body. And as it moves down, everything just sort of softens, releases tension around your eyes and jaw, neck and shoulders, relaxing your heart space, your arms, hips, and legs. Feel yourself here, solid, stable, supported by the ground beneath you, the chair beneath you. Notice any sounds coming from within this room, without, a little farther out. For me, I forgot I had the dishwasher going in the background, so I hear that. And you might hear that a little bit too. And just notice what you hear. And see how far you can hear. Listen as far away as you can. And feel the vastness of space around you. And then come back to feeling the edges of your body. Again, as you just lengthen your breath, deepen it, breathing all the way into your belly. I want you to imagine that you are floating in outer space. And it's gentle and friendly. It's dark, but there's also starlight surrounding you, coming from distant stars and planets. You can see galaxies in the distance too, with all their colors. It's mostly black, but it's really gentle. And you're just free, you're floating. Completely light, total levity. And you have control over your movements. You can kind of imagine yourself swimming through outer space, kicking your feet out behind you, rolling around on your back, doing some flips. Just feel the freedom of movement within a space where there's no gravity. Here you are, free to just float and be and delight in the beauty of this star-studded darkness. And keep breathing. And notice that as you're floating, a belt appears around your waist. Notice what that belt's made of. Notice how tightly or loosely it is cinched. And notice that this belt has little hooks on it. And coming off of these hooks are these really long ropes, tethers, chains, extending out beyond you. And notice that at the end of these ropes, these tethers, there are some things that you've really felt pulling at you. It can be circumstance, it can be thoughts, stories that you're telling yourself, information and stories that are coming at you from other places. It can be relationships with individual people. And notice that each tether, each rope, each cord has something at the end of it, and they're all floating in different directions, in front of you, behind you, at your sides, high, low, up and down, and all these things pulling in different directions is causing you to be unable to move freely about like you just were. And feel how kind of stuck you are in this position with things pulling on you. And just feel yourself and notice what these things are that are pulling on you. And allow yourself to feel what that feels like, that stuck feeling and that tugged at feeling. Anxiety or stress, fear or worry. And then notice that a tool appears in your hand. It could be anything. It could be a knife, it could be scissors, it can be an axe, a saw, a blowtorch, a lighter, a bazooka, whatever. It appears in your hand and it's exactly what you need. And it's exactly what you need in order to cut through these ties, these ropes, these cords that are coming off of this belt. And take your time and just really slowly, one by one, notice what's on the end of that cord. And you can say to it, I wish you well away from me. And then cut that cord. Sever that tie. And notice that whatever's at the end of it floats away very slowly from you and just disappears into the blackness of space. You can't see it anymore. And know that if it's truly meant for you, it will find its way back to you without having to be tethered to you. So find comfort in that. That whatever it is, it's on its own. They're on their own journey. And you're not responsible for carrying it, holding it, being tied to it. So just take some time now to work on each of these cords, these tethers. And breathe. And if you need to switch tools or get aggressive, do that. If you have any real pesky hangers-ons, that cord just won't sever or keeps reattaching. Take your time with it, spend time with it. Pull out all the stops. I wish you well away from me. This might be something you have to come back to on a daily basis, a moment by moment basis. And that's what a practice like this is for. And after all the cords and ties have been severed, you have all these dangling loose ends coming off this belt. Notice that there's just a buckle, a hook right here on the belt, and you can just take it off and just throw that belt into the great unknown. Watch it disappear. That represents your receptors. You're closing down your receptors for carrying other energies that are not yours. Here you are, free and contained in light, once again, floating in space. And notice that just over there, just up over there, there's this border where outer space ends and daylight and blue sky begins, earth life, just beyond the darkness of space. And start to swim toward it, or crawl toward it, or dance toward it, or whatever feels best for you. Move toward that border between light and dark. And as you approach it, as you get closer, and as you cross over that border, notice that you become a bird and you take flight in the bright blue sky, the warmth of day, the sun shining, trees and grass and flowers, cacophony of other bird sounds. And feel yourself swooping and soaring through the sky, a free bird, chirping, delighting, dancing in the air. Whew. Yes, you are free. You are free. You are free. Feel that lightness in your body now, here in this space, this room, as you feel yourself as that bird soaring and swooping through warm, beautiful blue skies. And remember that deep, long breath we started with, just breathing deeply into your body. Feeling yourself back in this room, back in your form. You're only responsible for your energy. In this moment, all is well. There's no future, there's no past. The future and the past only exist as a thought and idea in the present moment. In this moment, you are breathing. Your heart is beating. You are contained. You are the one you belong to. You are your greatest friend and ally. All the answers you need are already inside of you. You have the power to release whatever does not serve you and invite goodness and love and light in the things that do serve you. And know that any of those things you released and you detached from today, if they're meant for you, they will make their way to you on their own. They will take flight along with you and dance in the sky with you in levity, in joy, and in freedom. Let's take 3 deep breaths together, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, into your belly, out through the mouth, One more, in through your nose, out through your mouth. When you are ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you for sharing your meditation practice with me today. I wish you all the freedom, all the clarity, all the joy. May you stay with yourself today and always. Have a wonderful day.